Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is our LuLaRoe. I am your LuLaRoe budget guru. That is what I am aspiring to be. And today is a really great episode, and I'll tell you why, because I'm getting right down to the nitty gritty. So, are you a LuLaRoe retailer who is looking for something to keep track of your budgets, keep track of your expenses, tell you the things that you really want to know, like how much should I actually put towards wholesale? Like how much should I actually put towards paying other people if I'm paying a client or paying someone who's working for me? How much should I pay myself? How much should I put towards taxes? What about the things that I want to save up for? How do I put that into a budget? You might have seen other spreadsheets around, and you might have seen other ones that might even fix those things, but my spreadsheet is going to be different. What I'm going to show you, what I'm going to share with you is going to be way different than that, and here's why. Mine comes with accountability. I think that's one part that is missing. You might get all the resources that you could ever want, but the one thing that's missing is accountability. Someone that you can check in with, someone that you can say, does this look right? Someone that you can like look at what it is and say, hey, I need it to be amended a certain way, and it can be amended, and I can help you with those things, and I can help you duplicate, make sure that it works right, make sure that it's doing what it needs to do for your family, and just hold you accountable to the goals that you have set for yourself. I am a budget coach, and I worked with LuLaRoe for 3 years as a retailer, and I was able to consistently pay myself, and I worked really hard to find out how to make it work, how to formulate these different things. And the one thing that I noticed is that when I worked with a financial coach at one point, when my husband went from two solid streams of incomes of salary to one of us having a fluctuating income because of my boutique, I noticed that my financial coach, although she's phenomenal, didn't really have the background understanding to understand how our business works in LuLaRoe. And that is why I was like, man, I really want to try and create something with around coaching so that I can actually help retailers one-on-one in small groups and coach in courses and help them understand how to build their budget, help them understand what types of things go with it, why we need to worry about profit over sales, what types of things we need to change our mindset about when it comes to our money and comes to what we're doing this for. And so I've created courses, and I've created this amazing resource that I'm going to share with you right now to help you not only understand how to pay yourself, which I know is a huge thing, but also understand even more so how to make sure that this business is profitable for you and how to make sure that you are meeting the goals that you've set for yourself. Because what did you do this for? You got in here for a reason, even if it's to help a certain person, or even it's just to help yourself, or even if it's just to give a portion of it to charity. You still need to be making profit in order for things to happen. And so that is what I am going to offer to you today. So if all of that sounds really great to you and you're like, yes, tell me more, I want to hear about this resource, I want to hear how I can get more accountability with what I'm doing, then please stay tuned.
All right. Are you ready to see a spreadsheet that is going to take care of everything? And I mean everything. That it's going to categorize things so that you know exactly what is funds going in, exactly what you're spending in wholesale, exactly what you're spending in warehouse, and exactly what you're spending in miscellaneous, exactly what to pay yourself, and also gives you a goal sheet. Yes, all of those things are in the spreadsheet, and it's amazing. So let me give you this. This is step one, okay? So this is kind of like a 3-part thing. In my LuLaRoe Biz Coach course, it goes into even more detail. So I'm going to give you a really quick overview of this, and if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you would like a copy of this for yourself, you can go ahead and click the link below, and it will lead you to a place where I can capture your email and send you this spreadsheet that you can use on your own, and you can kind of fiddle around with it. And if you have any questions, feel free to come back and ask me. So let's just start with this. This is what I do. This is step one. Step one is dreaming. We do this every beginning of the month. Just the same way when you go into your build page and it asks you what your goals are for the month. But who really looks at that? Do you look at that? I never look at that. But anyway, this is step one. So this is your goals, and it's on your spreadsheet. So you have to do this, right? And this is just going to help you figure out, like, where do I want to be this month? How was I doing last month? What is my goal for this month? And it just kind of keeps you accountable. Then we'll go into step two. Step two is just how we start building it. This is how we go through the month. This is what a normal day-to-day would look like with the spreadsheet. So step one. Come up with your profit goal. I say this over and over again. You're going to hear me say it all the time in my videos, that profit trumps sales, friends. I know that you need sales to make profit, But if you are not making profit off of the sale that you just made because of extra things that you're adding into packages or extra percentages off, or if your miscellaneous funds, such as giving gifts or something like that, are eating into your profits and you are pushing yourself to sell, 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 and mark down, mark down, mark down just so you can get that sales tier, you are not doing the best thing for your business. I say it all the time. If you're not making profit, you have a hobby. You do not have a business. So we want to make sure that we are setting ourselves up to win, right? We want to make sure that we have a profit in mind. So let's just say in this example, our goal is just to make $1,200 a month. I know for some of you, you might need more, or you might even have less. That's fine. The point is that you've got to start somewhere. I always say this as well. Like, listen, people tell me this, well, I don't really sell that much. I don't really think I can pay myself. Yes, you can. If you can't manage to pay yourself on the amount of sales that you're getting right now, what makes you think that when you jump 2 tiers, for whatever reason, that you're going to actually pay yourself then? Most likely there's going to be habits that follow you that are going to still keep you in the same hole that you're in right now. So the best thing that you can do is start seeing, what are those habits that I'm constantly doing? How can I fix it right now so then I can actually make profit? Because that's really the point of having a business, right? So our profit goals for this month is $1,200. And I want to shoot for $3,000, right? Could I shoot for $3,000 or could I shoot for $2,500 and still do $1,200 a month in profit? Yep. But it's going to change your budget. So, and I'll show you that in a second. Now, again, this is step one. You're doing this at the beginning of the month just to kind of get your brain ready to go. Your reload total. So this is similar to your sales goal is $3,000. So that's how much you want to actually have coming in. The thing that once you put your $3,000 here, and if you had a zero here, it would be zero. But if once you put $3,000 here or whatever, it's actually going to tell you, this is how much should go into your warehouse order. This is how much should go into your wholesale order. This is how much should go into your miscellaneous funds. And that's like you could say it's for shipping. You could say it's for, if you're doing a vendor event and you need to pay for your spot, whatever it is, that's how much should be allotted for these things. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. And could you maybe not do as many wholesale orders on wholesale sites and only go from the build website and only order that way, and so that you actually have more to spend in that category? Absolutely. But this just gives you a really good idea of how much you should be spending in extra funds, in extra inventory. So that comes to be about $1,650. Now down here, I have a little thing where when you're doing your dreaming part, you can say, okay, I've spent $1,650 so far. I have $1,350 left to spend. So now you can say, okay, this is how much I want to spend. I want to give myself $1,200 out of this, right? I don't think that that's, whatever. In my spreadsheet, I have little notes here just to kind of keep you, if you have questions. But again, if you have any other questions, you can always message me and ask. Taxes are $25. And I know that that's going to be a little bit, that's a personal problem. That's a personal thing that you have to do. I think it's a good idea to always put money aside taxes wise, whether it's the full 10%, 15, 20, whatever the going percentage is. The point is, put something aside, because when taxes come around, you don't want to be that person that's going, wait, what do I need to do? How much do I need to save? And oh no, I have to spend this much money. Go ahead and just start putting money aside now. And guess what? If taxes come around, you're able to put all your numbers in and you don't owe anything, that's extra money for you, right? So just go ahead and put yourself into that habit. And then let's just say your savings is 75. And I actually did this after I did subscriptions. So let's just say you have Zen sales. Let's just say you have to pay monthly for loyal shops or whatever it is that you're using, and that's $50. Whatever I had left is what went towards savings. Now this is a really great one, and people ask all the time, how do I start saving up for my launches? How do I start saving up for things that are happening in the future? How do I save up for whatever it is? This is how you do it. You plan ahead. So you're going to plan that you're going to put $75 aside for your future spending. And this is going to help if you want to have more money so that you can shower your clients over holidays or on their birthdays. These types of things, like putting money aside now, are going to help make sure that you actually have money aside for those things. In my coaching business, my course, I go over like different ways that you can set up savings funds so that you actually know where things are going, so it's not all sitting on your My Funds. There's so much information, but again, this is just an overview. So anyway, so this is going to be a really great idea for you to keep on your My Funds cards if you want to, so then you know that you actually have money that you can put towards a launch that's coming up. Moving on. So you'll notice that over here it says 0 because this is actually all of the money that's here and it's subtracted from the reload total. So let's just say you go through everything and you actually make $3,000 in sales. This is what it should look like. This is exactly how much you should pay yourself, how much your goal is to put towards taxes and savings and all that good stuff. So that is step 1. So in the next part of this video, I'm going to show you step 2, and this is going to be how you go through your month. All right, y'all, this is part 2. All right, so this is going to teach you about the rest of the spreadsheet. This is such a great spreadsheet. There's so many good things, and so I'm going to try and focus on the really important things. And I'm going to give you guys some real numbers that are going to be pretty, but we all know that that's not how this goes. So know that when you go through my coaching, part of my coaching is to do this, again, accountability, because there's going to be times when you get stuck and you go, wait, what do I do now? And that's what I'm here for. So let's go through the rest of this spreadsheet. So I love this. So we have the reload section. So anytime you go to My Funds, and you can decide if you want to do this every other day. I know there are some people that have schools of thought where they say every 3 days, which I think is a really great school of thought. That's what I did. Every 3 days, I would go to my reload and actually do my budget. Some people say every week. Whatever it is for you, it's just a good idea to make it a habit. So especially if you're first starting out and you've never budgeted before, do it every single day just to get yourself into a habit. Even if you don't sell, it just gives you the opportunity to actually look and see what you actually have available. Just gets you in the mindset. But anyway, so then you have over here for wholesale purchases and invoices. And then you have over here for warehouse orders. And then let's just say, like I said, you have a vendor event, or you purchase something for a gift for a client, or you got business cards, all that good stuff. This is miscellaneous spending. And then my favorite part, this is my like creme de la creme part that I love here, and I will talk about that in a second, is your wholesales going directly to specific areas. So if you have a launch coming up, or if you want to get money, or if you want to make sure that your balance or that your budget is balanced so that you're actually getting back on track and you're in the black, this is going to save your little hiney. So let's go into how we get started with our day and how we pay ourselves. So let's just say we went in, and we're just going to assume it's October. We're just going to go into My Funds, and we actually put in some of these prices because this is what I got paid. Okay, these are the sales that I created and sales that I've made. Let's just say I went to some wholesale sites and did some fun stuff there. I bought some jacks because they were doing some really great stuff. Okay, so I put all of that in there, and all of that information has been inputted into the spreadsheet. Okay, so the amount from what you have in your reload, there's about like a certain percentage that goes in here. And so this tells you exactly how much you should have purchased for these things. And luckily we are under budget. Isn't that nice? So we have like $445 that we spent, which is great. So that means that we should be in the clear in terms of how much money we have left over. Now, if you're wondering, hold on, you said 485 here, you only have 445. I'm confused. That's because this is not taking up 100% of your budget. This is why it's important to have something like this that kind of like says this is the amount of money that you allocate for these things. The other amount, which is $438, is actually going to go towards, you guessed it, your pay. So here's how we're going to pay ourselves. So we're going to take this reload amount, and you have to manually type it in, okay? And this is important. I want you to manually type it in because I want you to see what's happening. So you're going to put in $883.39. And when you click out of it, it automatically tells you, hey, this is how much you actually should put over here, which we've already done. We already finished that. This is telling you how much should go into your budgeted, your fixed budgets. So this is how you pay yourself. What? So now the question of how much should I pay myself, Kim, is now answered. You should pay yourself in this scenario, you should pay yourself $397.53. My suggestion to you would be to pay yourself immediately until you get into a routine. Once you get into a routine and you're actually following your budget, it'll be easier to pay yourself bi-weekly or whatever and put yourself on more of a longer schedule. But for right now, even if it says $10 here, I want you to pay yourself. And I know you might be thinking, but I have to pay $1 every single time. I will take that dollar fee to know that I've paid myself and to know that I'm getting myself into a healthy habit. Then worry about that dollar. I will give you the dollar if you need me to. it's more important for you to just get into a habit. So let's just say I wanted to also, like I have some subscriptions coming up. So let's just say, you know what, I'm going to put $300 in right now. And I'm going to put in, so if I have 300, I have $97 left. So let's do, yes, okay, yay for math. Okay, so we've done a really good job, right? So we've done $27 so far. So when it comes to the next paycheck around, we can actually think, okay, how much have I already put in? It's $27, and then kind of add more on there so you can actually be sure that you've actually paid yourself the amount that you want to be paid. But we've already taken care of subscriptions, we've taken care of taxes, we've taken care of income. Now I know that this is not $1,200. I do not expect you to get $1,200 in 1 week. But this is getting you closer. Yes. Did you pay yourself? Yes. If you did that 3 more times, would you have $1,200? Yes. So from this point, right, stop what you're doing. Go to your My Funds. Immediately take out this amount of money and move it to your bank account. Take it out. Because if it's not in your My Funds, you're not going to use it. And so you want to make sure that it's in another space where you can start divvying it up stuff there. And what I'd like to do is put a little X here to prove that I've already taken it out. So then I'm not wondering like, wait, how much have I put in so far? So I can tell myself, look, I paid myself. That's amazing. And it feels satisfying to be able to say that, right? So this is great, right? You're doing a really great job. You actually in the black, you have $36 left over that you can just kind of chill out with, right? So great. Now we know that this is not the perfect scenario. Most of us are going to be over in this wholesale and over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to, just for the sake of time, we're going to duplicate this a little bit. And we're going to figure out how to use this little blue part here. Okay, so let's just say, for example, oh my goodness, oh no, that's not really too much. Let's go even more. Let's just triple this mess. Yes, okay. All right, so let's imagine that we're at this point. Oh my goodness, I spent over the amount. I spent $72 over, okay? And this wouldn't matter even if it was a higher amount, lower amount, it doesn't matter. If you have a higher amount here and your difference and you know that you're over budget, you're spending more than you're bringing in, this is when you go down to this bottom part. And again, this all has to do with discipline. So let's just say you're like, oh my gosh, I need to get myself out of this hole. I need to make sure that I am in the black. Do a sale really quick. And you're going to go ahead and say, okay, so today I'm going to do a sale, and this sale is going to be for the difference on that day. Okay, we're just going to name it this difference. And let's just say we did really well and we did an $80 sale. Okay, now we need to be diligent and know that that's not going towards our pay. That's going specifically towards making sure our budget is balanced. So when that happens, you'll see that this $80 goes here specifically, and it says that you're back where you needed to be. You are in the black. You have $7.56 left over, and now you can continue as normal. Okay, now sometimes that difference is going to be bigger. And so if that difference is bigger, you're going to have to work a little harder. Let's just say you're like, oh my goodness, I really want to get an extra $300 because I really want to make sure I put it towards my income. I really want to make sure that I have enough money to actually get to my car payment. So you're going to do another one. So let's just say on the 11th, you decide to do a huge sale. Okay, you do a really great sale, and all of your reloads that you put in your Bless in your app, you're going to look at that. And on October 11th, you're going to do all of those sales, and you're going to calculate all of those sales, and they're going to all go towards your pay. Okay. And so that's what you want to do. That's your goal for the day. And let's just say you kick it out of the park and you get $250. I know some of you who may be high earners are like, that's it. Listen, we're just putting in numbers that are pretty, okay? So let's just say you have $250. Woot, woot, that's awesome. And you made $250, and you can go ahead and put that $250 here to say that it was an extra payment. You put an X there. You went ahead and just paid yourself. And look at that. So that's amazing. You're still at $7.56, which is where we were before. I hope all of this is making sense. So this is all going to kind of help you be a well-oiled machine, and you would look at this to kind of gauge how much you've actually spent for that month. One of the questions I get often is, okay, Kim, well, what about when I get more money into my reload? When I get more money into my reload, how do I actually know how much I should add on to it. So let me show you that really quick. So let's just imagine we made the same amount next week because for the sake of time, right? This is confusing, right? I already took out $883. I don't want to have to take out a calculator, Kim. It's $413.82. So you can go ahead and put $413.82. I know it says negative. It's just because it's subtracting it. So $413.82 is what you have left to spend, and that is what you will put into your fixed budget. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. It actually tells you exactly how much you have, how much you've made since the last time. Because your My Funds automatically, it just goes up and up and up. You're not really sure how much you actually made between one set of dates and another set of dates because it's all one number. So this is just a really great way to actually see how much you've specifically made. That's pretty much a good overview of what this little puppy can do. I'm very proud of it. Again, I work with clients one-on-one. I work with them in small groups to make sure that this all makes sense for them. My goal is really to make sure that you are being successful and making money and actually paying yourself in your business, because this is really what people are frustrated with. They're not necessarily frustrated. They love the clothing. It's not necessarily that they're frustrated with the amount of wholesale orders or the amount of times they have to go back and order a new mainline or whatever. They're frustrated by the fact that they can't organize it. They're frustrated that there's nothing out there to kind of hold them accountable to the goals that they've set for themselves. They're frustrated because it's not organized. And so I wanted to create something that is organized, that allows you to see everything as a whole, that allows you to make goals for yourself, that allows you to see what your habits are doing, right? This is going to give you a really clear understanding of how much you're actually spending on things and where you need to cut back. It's going to allow you to see, okay, if I'm in a budget, I really need to be creative. How can I actually make more profit based on what I have in front of me? And yes, I'm not saying it's going to be completely easy. It's not about being easy. It's not about it being an easy way to make money, but it is about being a smart business owner. And this is what businesses do all the time. They have to figure out, how are we going to work within the budget that we have? Because when you go over budget and you're eating into your profits, again, you don't have a business, you have a hobby, and you have worked too hard and have given up too much to just have a hobby. Now, if this is what you want and you want it to be a hobby and you don't want to make money, well, good for you. That's awesome. I personally did not give up my master bedroom to become a boutique simply for it to be a hobby. I wanted it to be able to help our family succeed and help our family get money, help our family pay down debt, help our family have food on the table. And that is what this is aiming to do. So if you are interested in this, let me know. If you want this information, it's down below. If you are interested in more coaching with me so I can work with your specific situation, if you want me to add some things to this, let me know. And I would love to work with you. So check all the links down below, and I will talk to you guys later.
Okay, so you just saw my spreadsheet. Hopefully that was something that just kind of went and blew your mind. And hopefully it was something that you might not have seen before. Now, here's the other part of it that I was telling you that you're not going to get with other spreadsheets. The accountability, me. Now, I said before that I was a retailer for 3 years. I recently decided to step back from that, but not to step back from the community, but to step back from the retail side of it, because this is the part that I really love. I love being able to help other retailers because I know other ones had the same issue. And as much as our coaches and our mentors and our trainers are amazing, amazing people, and they do a lot of work and they want to see us succeed, fact of the matter is they're also running their businesses as well, and they're not going to be able to offer you the one-on-one attention that you might need for the situations that you're going through, whether it's in your household budget or your business budget. They might be able to throw resources at you, but they're unable to actually sit with you and work with your budget and check in with you week after week to see how you're doing. But I can do that. So I wanted to make sure that I had the time to actually help retailers in this field, and make sure that you're being successful. So that's really the crux of what it is I do. And so if you want to look below and you want to get emails to kind of see what types of courses are coming up, let me know. I have a LLR business coach that talks a little bit more about this in depth and also gets you to the point of getting to the spreadsheet of how to budget for your expenses, why we should focus on our profit over sales, what are some things that we need to focus on when it comes to building our business, and just like changing our mindset around it so that we're actually treating our business like a business. And there's coaching that is actually involved in that as well. So if you're interested in those types of products, check the link below. I really hope this was super helpful for you, and I hope to meet with you and help you succeed this year. Thanks so much, guys, and I hope you guys have a really great day. Bye.